Millions of Americans swear by chiropractors, and many physicians swear at them, claiming that chiropractors are unscientific and potentially very dangerous. My guests tonight represent both sides, and they're here to discuss what chiropractors can and cannot do for you.
Well, the technique we use is called chiropractic biophysics.
Please meet them now. First, Dr. Stephen Barrett is a psychiatrist, a consumer advocate, and a medical writer. Dr. Louis Sportelli has been a chiropractor for 19 years.
And it's a posture corrective technique.
That's what his parents are calling it, a miracle. That's because one day their son was pretty much confined to a wheelchair. The next he was buzzing around on his own two legs, and that's not all.
Are chiropractors doctors? Do you have a medical degree?
No, and I don't want a medical degree. If I did, I'd go to med school. But I have a doctor of chiropractic degree.
The very top part of the neck. This is a model of that very top bone.
That top bone, known as the atlas or C1 vertebrae, holds the brainstem. In some patients, that bone can shift, putting pressure on the spinal cord.
You crack.
We manipulate the spine very specifically and very delicately.
What do you manipulate it for? What kind of conditions do you treat?
We don't treat conditions. I've just said that.
You don't treat anybody.
We've had many people that have responded very positively to that. But to be clear, chiropractic isn't a treatment for seizures. Specifically, in his case, it's the upper part of his spine, upper cervical area. And that was where the change happened right away with him, even after his first adjustment.
Instantly.
What complicates matters in the upper cervical spine is the fact that neurologically it's like Grand Central Station.
Dr. Johnson discovered Quinn and Ava's atlas was shifted to the right, putting pressure on the nerves that influence the digestive system. When the pressure was released, the ailments disappeared.
The fact of the matter remains is there are functional angina cases that go to their cardiologists, have had their cardiovascular system checked, have proven to be normal. They still retain their functional angina, which are fearful constricting chest pains. They go to a chiropractor, they have their dorsal spine manipulated, and by God, you know what happens?
Nothing.
What happens is they lose their functional
That's what
angina.
you say, isn't it?
That's what's said by thousands of people, incidentally. This is one of the problems.
Let's start with shattering a myth about how we catch the flu and about germs.
Absolutely, and many people have that perception that germs are the single cause of disease. And if that were the case, then everyone would be sick and everyone would have the flu, because germs are everywhere. So what's more important than germs is our body's ability to fight off infection, adapt to the environment, and regulate the immune system.
Now, how can we do that?
Well, there's one system that controls the immune system, and that's our nervous system. Our nervous system is comprised of our brain, which is up here, our spinal cord, and these delicate nerves that control and coordinate every function in our body.
A miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a way of taking pressure away from the nervous system, so the body always does the healing. We just remove the interference and the body heals.
I will answer any letter that comes and send information about chiropractors. If you're going to go to see one, you better know what you're getting into.
You are tuned in to God's Property Radio. Here are your hosts, Sam and Dan.